I ain't gonna lie, man. It's some easy stuff right here. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Cash, and this video is going to be high in protein, sugar-free, and 100% MFO. What we're going to be showing today is the first Guardian core raid. I guess that's going to be the whole thing, is every time they do this is going to be called the core raid. As you can see, I haven't actually done Rera, and I actually just lagged out of the extreme. What I am going to do is I'm going to come in here first really quickly to show you guys how this works. And I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to then do Magi's, and then we're going to see exactly how hard Rera's is. But this one right here was very easy. Only thing here is that it looks like it's not the actual original Great One passive. Is going to be the old one, the one that we saw in the last core raid, where they get a barrier. As you can see, grants a barrier equal to 2% of the maximum own health for one round at the beginning, 2% every round, resets upon break. So if you don't want this barrier to keep getting stronger and stronger, you have to break the target. Guardian's Oath, when the round starts, the attack and defense also will keep going up unless you break the target. Increases health of all allies except self by 200%. So the health of his allies you're gonna see in this fight is that there are minions in this fight, and you pretty much want to kill them, and I'll show you guys that a little bit later why you want to kill them first. But this fight specifically is really easy if you are running any of the actual Guardians, which is really funny. So let's just get in here. We're gonna see it. I'll turn the volume up because you guys know gotta keep it on the low. Oh, look at the kitty, the kitty. All right, so we're gonna just see this fight, and I thought it was gonna be very difficult. Right now my scFX doesn't have a skin on. I was trying to do one of those stupid Exos pass missions, and I was like, dang, I just need him to survive. I don't care how much damage he does, I just need him to survive. So as you can see here, it's a little bit different. You're going through stages. I'm just gonna leave this on auto. Shot. Well, actually, let me turn it down while I'm actually talking so it's not distracting. So what it seems as though you actually have to go up a couple stages. The other one, you just came into the fight and that was the game plan. This one, you actually have to work your way up. Now the benefit of this is going to be mana gaining. Steering your mana for the third part of the fight. As I mentioned, you definitely want to have some mana to, if you want to just try to kill the ads immediately. You can also, you know, just set up to snipe one of the ads, but like I said, you definitely want to kill the ads, at least in this fight, and then we're going to see the next fight. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same thing in the Rera fight as well. Now my team comp, let me explain that while they are fighting, is that I have one of each of the elements that they said. I have a damage over time for each one as well, except fire. I didn't opt to do that because I assumed at first that, you know, I don't really care to need it. I'll just have Magi. I love her little hops. It's like the best thing ever. So here we go. I'm going to take it off of the... Boom, take it off. Now I just wanted to look at these guys. Now, the reason why you want to kill them is that it boosts morale. Grants gain mana 1 to ally with the highest maximum health every round. That's most likely going to be the big honcho here. We can probably even see it that he has HP 6000. He has HP 6000, and we're gonna look over here is that his HP is 70,000. So 70k is obviously he's going to be the highest. He is giving them more HP to make it a little bit harder for you to kill him, but it's, as again, this one's the easiest level. So even though that this is gonna become like a thing where it's going to be harder and harder as it goes on. Ramge, obviously he keeps his original skills. He's gonna have the AoE. But the problem here with this is that, actually let's look at his skills again. Sorry. Little breaky break. Stop, I need like 2 seconds. So yeah, his Golden Blaze here applies corrode on all targets, dealing damage equal to 10% of the maximum health for 5 turns. And he also has his Touch of Light also leaves a dot. As we explained before, dot damages are pretty much suicide. So what he's gonna end up doing, unfortunately, is just pretty much he's going to kill himself. He as long as you're running Dragon Bloods. Now, if you don't have Dragon Bloods, which would be really hard for me to accept that you don't, you'd have to be a new player. But even if you're a new player, you can even get this character, Ramge, right now. and do that as well. So it's really hard for me to think like, oh, you don't have access to Dragon Bloods, but most likely that you do. Like actually even killing the ads, you can even argue killing the ads might be bad because then he won't have enough mana to actually do the thing. But as you can see, he's just constantly he's taking 2 Wrath hits because I have 2 Dragon Bloods, First Guardians in my party. So that means every time a Wrath counter goes off, so he's gonna take 1 set of them from Anna, and then he's gonna take another set from Maggie. So that's why he's losing 4 a pop. So if you're really struggling and you only have 1, just stack. You can see boom, and then he's automatically gonna get broken. Now when he's broken now, remember we all still have the buff. You're gonna see him pretty, like I said, you're gonna see him to kill. So now every Wrath counter, everybody that's in the team right now, because they broke fire, is going to hit him with a ridiculous crit. So it's gonna, here it is, nuke, nuke, and he's still broken. He's still under fire. If you guys remember, that's disgusting. If you guys actually remember what I've said multiple times, and I've been talking about this for a while, how good Wrath is in PvE, is that every single character in your team is Wrath countering. Not every single character under the Great One, that's each one. So I'm hitting him 5 times. I'm hitting him 5 times. So the best thing that you'd want to actually do in this scenario is to have really strong characters in the back. So we're gonna see this go into the next fight and see how realistic it is, I guess, as you can say. And you can see how easy that was. Now Maggie might not be the same because she might not have any damage over times. I think that's what's going to do that. No, they gave her a damage over time. They gave her a burn. And again, you're only going to need at least 1 or possibly 2. I'm only running 2 Dragon Bloods here. So if you have more than that, oh my god, it's probably even more of a cakewalk. As long as you do the most damage in the fire break, I think you're going to be fine. But even if you don't do it in the fire break, as you can see here, we got the green break. We got the dark break. The dark break after that is probably a good one as well, because you're gonna get a lot of mana, which you can start throwing off a bunch of stuff. If you're looking to do most of your damage in that break, then I would suggest that possibly get some burst characters, maybe characters that you have 6-star that's ready to dump that damage out. And then of course the ice break is ignore defense, which will definitely benefit you in that regard as well. So let's look at this one. I was looking at the story as well. It seems okay-ish, but right now it would actually be benefit me to get someone else with man utilization, so pretty much someone that's gonna skyrocket their attack up to boost up the damage of the Wrath counters. I think that's smart. Maggie's Wrath counter and everyone in the back is doing so much damage when that happens. As you can see, they're pretty good clear of the second round. So I'm assuming they're gonna give Rera like a poison effect. So I'm assuming Rera is gonna have the same thing, same philosophy. So we're gonna unpause this, unpause it, well, pause it in general, so we can look at these characters just to make sure. It seems like it's the same mechanic. They're just gonna be giving things to giving mana to Maggie. So yeah, she just had the same stuff that we just read earlier. So all well that ends well. AoE, I guess I cheated there. I picked the AoE for my character just so she can start whittling down the, oh god, they're really tanky. They're tanky this time around. Really smart that the character, like the main one to kill, is in the back row. So you can't, a lot of not AoEs but strong back row AoEs, I guess, hit the back. So in order to do any of that, you have to do something else. Let's see how much damage this does. Actually did some significant damage. So nothing to laugh at. Maggie actually has decent damage. You can't go in there with a bunch of scrubs. But as you can see, now it's gonna start up. Every turn she's gonna have to deal with the nonsense. And let's see if she survives. Who died actually? I don't even know who died. I think it was just Bailey. I don't even think my Bailey has runes. So now you're gonna see the same thing that we've been talking about. She's gonna get broken and her HP is just gonna get diminished. She's on a second health bar? No, she's on her last health bar. And I think that killed her. It's just too funny. You have the first Guardians and like the first Guardians counter, the actual thing, like you couldn't first Guardians the other one that well, because those characters didn't have a damage over time that's gonna take every turn to constantly keep it up. Yeah, you can use it to mitigate some damage, but you couldn't utilize it like to this degree. And as I figured, without, you know, any magic here, it looks like they're gonna be doing the same thing. So I am gonna change Bailey. I'm gonna switch him out, but everything else seems to be pretty good, just because Bailey's gonna probably die to the AoE. I also, looks like I don't even need these other characters. I just need characters that have high like attack. So if I were to switch, like I don't actually even need her either. I could probably do this. Like, oh my god, yes, my Rudley's coming along just fine. I could actually technically do this. Let's test the theory, right? Just put in people with very high attack damage, so that when that RAF counter comes out, 2,000. How much do you have? Doesn't really matter too much. You're gonna get more when with the mana utilization, especially with a grass character that's gonna double that. So let's see. Let's test the theory. And he can also survive very well as well. Now I know some people were like, but I don't have the Dragon Blood characters. Like I said, you'd have to utilize what, like it's very easy to use it if you have one, but if you have none of them at all, I guess the best thing you can do is the old school strategy, the one that people used in the last one. But now there's ads, so it's going to be a little bit harder. Just kill off the ads so the person's not getting free mana. Mitigate as much damage as you can while you just work through each stage. It will just be a lot slower. They keep speaking about the Dragon Emperor. Maybe that's going to be like the next thing, fighting the Dragon Emperor, or maybe that's something that's already in the game and I just don't know about it. Who knows? Anyway, let's check out this run, see how it goes. We're packing a little bit more attacks. All right, here's the moment of truth. Let me just pause this. Oh, I like that. That is a dope intro. Oh, I love that intro. That's so cool. I wish you can actually like you know what's funny about money in this game is like I would pay to enter. You know how when you walk into the arena, that would be such a cool way to pay. And I think people would pay for their custom character intros into the fight, even though the other people can't even see it. All right, so we already know what Rera does, so that's no big surprise there. The goons are probably the same thing. Heal the ally with this, so this is different. They're not actually giving mana, but they will be healing. So every round they're actually gonna heal Rera, which to me is not that bad. Let's see if there's a difference. This one heals and this guy gains mana. Okay, so they're split. They might have been split the whole time and I'm just a dum-dum. But yeah. Not too important, just because as soon as the RAF counter stuff just happens. So let's see, she does have enough mana I think to do the skill on first. Oh well, thank you Maggie for screwing everything up. Boom, there it goes. We revealed the fire. Oh, she's going in. Some blocking. Okay, so no, she actually decides to go first into the thing, man. So I guess if they change it, so if they have enough mana, they're just gonna go into it. So very close though, as you can see, my Maggie almost died there. Definitely a little bit more dangerous, but the problem is that if they were to heal it, which I don't think that they necessarily need to. So here we go. Oh no, she's not broken yet. No, there it is. So there goes that. There goes that damage. There it is. It looks like it's going to be the same thing because it's for 5 turns, right? So she would have to survive every single passing turn of her critical hit break and not die from all the nukes. It's just too much to ask for. It's way too much to ask for. But as you can still see that the characters that I have in the back, they're still... They still have to survive that. So that would actually make this not like it's a for everyone. This strategy is not definitely for like everyone can do it. So you definitely still have to work on being tanky because you want to be able to survive that AoE, that initial AoE that they have. So as you can see, that my backline, at least in the Rera fight, was a little bit like not as clean. So you can see that she has 4,000 HP. Her defense is 1,300. Same thing with Bernadette, 4363, 1200. Just so you guys can get kind of a glimpse of what they were doing. Obviously, my Rudley is my best build so far, and he didn't really scratch. It was just mostly them two, and as you saw before, Bailey even died. But Bailey, honestly, I just put him in there, but I don't even think that he's very low rated, I think, currently in my team. There he is. He's 19 rated. I don't even think he has gear on right now. So I would say they have to be decently geared. Like if you want to run, it's like I said, this is a double Dragon Blood strat with a fire character. It doesn't matter that Magi is the fire character. If let's say you have Anna and then you have Zeon, well, Zeon's fire. I'm so smart. Let's say that you have Anna and you have Baraka. You just need to throw a fire character in there. Like I said, the Wrath counter will carry the fire element into the attack. That's all you have to do. It's that simple. So if you guys are summoning for Ramge, or if you, let's go back to the shop, you value the stuff that's in the shop right now, it does suck that they took out the way better stuff like the Holy War of the Universe, and they gave us like two Shelter of Avarice passes. Doesn't really ring. This is ass, and so is this Spirit Sanctum. Because the thing about it is that at least for me, I just run the 3, and then I kind of leave it alone. And unless I have a quick battle, I can quick battle it for that day, then I will probably do it. Of course, for a lot of people, the Faded Armor craft ticket, it does suck that it's random. It's going to be random. It's not like a specific one that you can see, but still, it's going to be Fate Armor. It would be nice if you can choose, especially for these, it would have been nice if you could choose between magic or physical, because some people are probably struggling to get one or the other. But it is what it is. I think for how easy it is, as long as you have 2 Dragon Bloods, I feel like a lot of people do. But to be transparent, if you are struggling, if you're having some difficulty, as you can see, it is red, and I couldn't even tell you the next one, but it usually goes in a row. So red, purple, blue. Ramge is very easy, it doesn't do that much damage. Magi is you're gonna have a little bit more difficulty. Sometimes even in the other one, the last one with the stupid sheep, I would actually lose or I would die, but it's not that bad. Or at least it wasn't that bad for me. It was more slow. This one's quicker, so I do commend them on making a strategy where it's just a lot easier for you. Like this is not either. There's not that much strategy. All I have to do is abuse the Wrath counter pretty much to your advantage. High attack units. Just make sure that they can at least survive the AoE that they just need to survive that AoE once. After that, they are going to be shielded by every tick of the dragon scale, and they're going to be fine. But if you, like I said, if you don't have any Dragon Blood, you have no first guardians, then you didn't read my beginner's guide. You literally need to get one of these guys. They're just really way too good for PvE content, and this is the proof of it. If you don't have this, you have to deal with that, all that nonsense. You pretty much have to kill the ads first. Kill the ads so they're not healing and gaining mana, and then once you do that, you just have to whittle them down. You would have to again go back to the old strategy, which was bringing in a character that has a damage over time to take their Guardian Stone breaks, and then once the Guardian Stone breaks, they lose their attack and defense bros. They lose the barrier and stuff like that, so it makes it easier. But finally, we have a easy route. The other one was like leveling up a 2-star and having Bathory and, you know, a specific unit that is literally, by the definition of the summoning in the game, harder to get than other characters. And the only way you could get Bathory without having any hassle was spending like $200 to $300 or something like that with this. This is the only way if you wanted to get Bathory guaranteed would be this, or to summon on her string, which a lot of people probably weren't on the up and up that Bathory was going to be such a broken god tier character to that degree. So that's the only 2 ways you're getting Bathory, and then you could have done that first event and fell asleep and woke up with a victory somehow. No, I'm just kidding. You still have to manual it. So this one, at least you can auto it if you invested into, like I said, 2, but I think it's even fine with 1. I think it's definitely fine with 1. It's just less strikes. As you can see, it will just be less strikes, but still multiple strikes. I think it will be just as fine. It's just easier with 2, easier with 3, easier with 4. I hope you guys understand where I'm getting at. But anywho, are you guys upset? Actually, I'm curious if you guys are upset at how easy it is. Do you guys see that and say like, oh man, like that's kind of whack, man. I was hoping for it to be more challenging. Do you actually want these events to be more challenging? I think that I know what the real question is. Do you want them to be more rewarding? I kind of don't care if it's harder, but if it's more rewarding. Do you guys like the shop? Let me know what you guys think about this event and everything. I think it's actually fine. I think that the rewards are lackluster, but at the same time, they're not going to give you the best rewards every time. You know, but I still think that putting faded equipment in there is good. I do think that it should always have like a Holy War of the Universe, because it's a rare drop in the game for something that you actually do need. Let me know what you guys want and think. Just remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit up that video. Remember, if you guys want me to try to drop for the boy Ramge, that other video needs 200 likes. So hop to it. I'm about to link it in the card. But just remember that every day at the casino is your lucky day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.